Hello, and welcome to our first video.
We wanted to treat this as a bit of an introduction to who we are and what we do.
We're going to play a wonderful game called Who is My Daddy and What Does He Do?
So I'm Paul, and I've been gaming since I was born in the early 80s. And I remember the first console we had at home was an Atari 2600 with the wood paneling and super cool games on that. And then I graduated to the Nintendo, NES, and Super Nintendo and N64 as kind of grew up and moved all around the world. Always loved those cartridge-based games, the artwork and the music. It was really my favorite part of playing.
Ooh, this is my jam. Turn that song off. This is my jam.
And I'm Ramsey, and I started out a little bit differently. I actually started on a portable arcade cabinet, like exactly this one over here, the Pac-Man. It was either my mom's or my aunt's. And I remember sitting there playing that, and the experience of moving that little character around the screen really stuck with me. It created let's not call it an addiction, but just an enjoyment for video gaming. And then I was lucky enough in 1990 to get my first Game Boy. And my stepdad also had an Atari Lynx, which I played Clax and California games on until the early morning. So I've had this affinity for gaming that has gone on and on for years. So.
Okay, so why are we here and what are we gonna do?
Play games and drink.
Okay, that works for me, but why is it that we're recording it now instead of what we normally do?
Because we want to share it with everybody else.
Oh, exactly. So it's kind of like remembering the joy of booting up your game console on a Saturday morning and hanging out on the couch until your parents forcibly removed you from the house.
Yeah, I remember getting kicked out and then going over to another friend's house and playing until their parents kicked us out, and then going to another friend's house and playing until their parents kicked us out. We never actually played outside. It was just a round robin of whose house we could get away with playing games.
Yeah, that's how it works. You go to a friend's house who has a better console than you, different games. That's how you got to experience all of it.
Yeah.
16-bit arcade graphics.
You can't do this on Nintendo.
Okay, so what are the ground rules we're going to follow? First, we're going to focus on cartridge-based games only. There were tons of great retro PC games out there that we used to play as kids, or retro disc-based consoles.
Like the PS1.
Right, like the PS1. But in this case, we're going to focus on playing on original hardware, the original cartridges, and as much as possible, the original game systems that we had since we were kids.
Right, so no software emulation, no ROMs. In some cases, we will have to use hardware emulation, like for example with the Analog Pocket or the NES that we've modified with the arcade cabinet. That's mainly so that we can record the footage and share it with you.
Right, because there's not a way to export video from a Game Gear, for example.
Not that would look good.
No, we'd have to record the screen, and that would be bad, and
right.
We don't want to show you that kind of experience. Because really, lastly, our third ground rule is that this is an interactive experience. We want to talk to you about the games that we're going to be playing. We're going to be sharing with you multiplayer games and our opinions on levels and things of that nature.
Right, so we're going to share the list of games we're going to play with you every month, and you can play along at home and come into the comments and tell us about how you got a better score than us, or how that level was really hard and I know why it was difficult to beat. We want to encourage that. This is meant to be an interactive experience. Games are best played when they're played together.
I don't know. I would argue that this is the kind of game that it doesn't matter how good you are.
This is the kind of game you have to cheat, really?
No, it doesn't matter how good you are. They designed it to, I don't know, to destroy your life. Dude, this is great. Am I gonna fight another guy? Yes!
I can only, this is like every kung fu movie ever where it can only put like one bad guy on the screen at a time.
I don't know, man. It's making it kind of playable, in my opinion. So,
He just wrecked the crap out of you.
He wrecked me. This guy's like a boss or something. He's like faster than the other guys.
Angry pig guy.
Took him out. I'm on lap 8 now. I'm way behind you now.
I might just eat a buoy just to end this. Even though I'm way ahead, I might just.
No, you gotta get this. You gotta get this win locked in. Don't give up now. Although it does say something about the game that you want to.
I'm gonna surrender to the ocean, guys.
I wish to crash so that my guy will jump in the ocean.
I'm gonna let the dolphins take me.
We'll never see him again. So that's it. We're gonna play, have a beverage or two, boot up our old consoles and blow in the cartridges to get them ready to go.
Or don't, it's bad for them.
Okay, sure. Either way, let's play.
Cheers.
Oh, I set mine down.
It's bad luck, Paul.
I'm out.